Hello dear students of class 8, I am your social studies teacher and from today onwards I'll be teaching you history. So open your books and let's get started. So we will start with chapter number 1, that is when, where and how. So let's start with learning objectives, periods in history, colonization, modern period in India, new inventions, industrial revolution, periodization and capitalism. So let's bomb up first. Here you can see 3 pictures are given. So look at the following pictures and according to that you have to answer these questions. So question number 1 is identify the pictures given above. Second question is what is their historical significance. So these questions you have to discuss with your friends and teachers and after that write answers. Now we will see some application skills. Gunja. Welcome to class 8 students. We are back for yet another year and another fantastic historical voyage. This year we will journey through several momentous events in our nation's past. We'll counter dynamic individuals who dedicated their lives to the nation and changed the course of Indian history. Our journey will take us to the heart of the period which led to the formation of modern India. तो कैसे एंशियंट पीरियड से स्टार्ट होकर हमारा मॉडर्न इंडिया बना है उस सब के बारे में हम इस चैप्टर में पढ़ेंगे. सो व्हाट डज इट मीन टू मॉडर्न? हाउ डू यू थिंक इंडिया बिकेम द कंट्री वी नो इट टुडे? Let us find out more. So discuss these questions with your fellow friends. So let us start with periods of history. First is ancient period. So ancient means Purana. The ancient period is generally considered to be the before the arrival of Turks in India. Now second is the medieval period. Medieval means the middle one, बीच का जो period है. The medieval period starts from the 8th century to the 18th century. The process of setting up an empire by the Turks brought about profound change in the way of life of the people. The change from the medieval to modern period occurred with the arrival of the British to the shores of India. तो ancient period से medieval period तक का जो change आया था वो Turks की वजह से आया था और medieval period से modern period का जो change आया था वो British की वजह से आया था. तो अब हम पढ़ते हैं the modern period. So third one is the modern period. The modern period means that period of history that we live in. This word is used by Indian historians to describe those events and those styles of administration, art, architecture, etc. that have developed during the late 18th century, 19th century and the 20th centuries. Thus, the modern history of India covers mainly the following events and developments. Let's see क्या-क्या events और developments हुए थे. First one is the establishment of the power of East India Company. Second one is British administrative system. C part is the economic and revenue policies causing the ruin of trades and Indian handicrafts as well as starting the process of industrialization. Now our next topic is sources of modern period. First one is primary source. So under primary source हमारा जो पहला टॉपिक है वो है archaeological sources. Let's see इसके अंदर क्या क्या आता है. Archaeological sources includes monuments and artifacts. They are located in different parts of India. Some of the important monuments are India Gate, Parliament House, etc. So India Gate, as you can see, picture of India Gate is also given. तो सारे monuments और artifacts जो होते हैं वो हमारे primary source है. Now B part is official records. The Mughal introduced the culture of recording everything. This was furthered and practiced by the British. Every administrative decision was recorded and carefully preserved. Every executive, legislative and judicial body had record rooms in which even small records were kept well catalogued. Thus, the proceedings of each government department is available to us. This has helped historians immensely in their study of the period. Many of the official records are now preserved in the National Archives of India. So from Mughal period जो recording का system है वो start हो गया था. हर छोटी से छोटी चीज को वो रिकॉर्ड करके रखते थे. इसी वजह से उस टाइम से क्या क्या होता आ रहा है वो सब हमको पता है. Now let's see our next topic, which is newspapers and magazines. Newspapers and magazines provide important information belonging to particular period. Pamphlets are important as they reflect the popular feelings, and letters are significant as they help us to understand the situation prevailing at that moment. Next is original documents. Original documents like government reports, orders, and official correspondence are also some important sources. They provide us the important first-hand information about leading issues. They are well preserved in the archives and libraries. Now next is surveys, census, etc. During the British rule, various surveys were conducted like population surveys, revenue surveys, land surveys, etc. Mapping was also an important part of these surveys. Many topographic maps were made by the British during this period. Census operation also started. All these reports are well preserved and readily available to us. So these were all the primary sources. Now we will study secondary sources. So first one is indigenous records. Indigenous records include the diaries and accounts of pilgrims and travelers, newspapers, books, novels and leaflets. So indigenous records में ये सारी चीजें आती हैं which portray the true feelings of an individual. These records could be in English or in the regional language. Dadabhai Naoroji's poverty and un-British rule in India highlighted the exploitative nature of the British rule. तो इन सब ने जो डायरीज लिखी थी या फिर अपनी फीलिंग्स को एक्सप्रेस किया था किसी भी तरीके से, उन सब को पढ़ के हमको ये पता चलता है कि ये जो ब्रिटिश रूल था ये कितना एक्सप्लॉयटेटिव था उस टाइम के लोगों के लिए, एंड मेड पीपल अवेयर ऑफ द रियल इंटेंशन ऑफ द ब्रिटिश. ड्यूरिंग देयर रूल द ब्रिटिश ट्राई टू सरप्रेस द प्रेस बट दे रिमेन अनसक्सेसफुल. तो ब्रिटिश लोगों ने इन सब चीजों को रोकने की भी कोशिश करी बट उनसे ये लोग रुके नहीं. Now let's see our new topic, which is new inventions. The textile industry was the first to be mechanized. People like James Hargreaves, Richard Arkwright, Samuel Crompton and Edmund Cartwright and Ellie Whitney invented new machines like spinning jenny, power loom, water frame, spinning jenny and cotton loom that increased the cloth production. So as you can see, picture of James Watt and Richard Arkwright are given. The steam engine of James Watt and George Stephenson helped in the movement of goods from one place to another. Machines began to be slowly used for increased agricultural production too. Now we have tried this. What is the importance of looking at the history from the point of view of various sections of society? So discuss this question with your teachers and your friends. We'll start with our next topic, which is trade unionism and socialism. By the end of 16th century, European overseas trade started bringing great profits. The rulers of various European countries started giving exclusive rights to the groups of merchants to begin companies to trade in the East in place of good share of their profit. In this way, the English East India Company was set up in 1600 and French East India Company was set up in 1664. Now next is periodization. James Mill, a Scottish political philosopher, published a 3-volume work, A History British in 1817. In the book, he divided the Indian history into 3 periods: Hindu, Muslim and British. We divide the history into different periods because we want to capture the main characteristics of the period. Mill was of the view that Asians were less civilized than Europeans. His book shows the period before the British came to India as one of darkness. तो मिल ने ये A History of British India बुक लिखी थी जिसके बारे में ब्रिटिश के आने से पहले इंडिया कैसा दिखता था वो सब लिखा हुआ था. इसने इस बुक को 3 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया था, हिंदू, मुस्लिम और ब्रिटिश, और सबके बारे में सारी डिटेल्स लिखी थी. India, according to Mill, was a land ruled by Muslim despots. He said it was characterized by religious intolerance, ignorance, caste hierarchy, and orthodoxy. He believed British rule actually represented progress and civilization. Other historians divide Indian history into three periods, that is ancient, medieval and modern. ये तीनों period अभी हमने पीछे देखे हैं chapter में. This division also has problems. Since it was borrowed from the West, the use of the term modern to describe the British rule in India was not correct, because it did not have equality, freedom and liberty, nor this period was one that saw great economic growth. That is why many historians refer to this period as colonial. So as you can see, this is a picture of James Mill, a Scottish political philosopher, published 3-volume work, A History of British India in 1817. Now let us read about colonization. Several European countries managed to establish their political control over large areas around the trade settlement in different countries all over the world. These areas came to be known as colonies, and the process of acquiring colonies was known as colonization. Britain, Portugal, Spain, France, Italy, etc. established their colonies in Asia, Africa and Latin America. Japan was only Asian country that became an imperial power. Others were all European countries. Now next is Industrial Revolution. The discovery of sea routes led to tremendous increase of trade and created great demand for goods. Since the system of producing goods at home could not fulfill the growing demand of the market, a new system of production replaced it. This was a factory system in which production was done with the help of machines. तो जब उन लोगों ने सी के थ्रू ट्रेड करना स्टार्ट कर दिया था तो उस टाइम पे डिमांड बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गई थी. अब डिमांड बढ़ गई थी तो जो प्रोडक्शन था वो घर पर पूरा करना पॉसिबल नहीं था, तो वहां से फैक्ट्रीज का निर्माण हुआ, फिर वहां पर प्रोडक्शन होना स्टार्ट हुआ. तो उस टाइम पे तो फैक्ट्रीज में एक टाइम पे बहुत ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन हो सकता था. This is known as Industrial Revolution. Machines were invented to satisfy the growing demand of new market. It also increased output and reduced prices. तो मशीन से चीजें आसानी से बन जाती थी, तो आउटपुट भी इंक्रीज हुआ और प्राइसेस भी कम हो गए क्योंकि मेहनत कम लगने लगी. It was first started in England because the conditions there were favorable for this development. तो सबसे पहले ये इंग्लैंड में स्टार्ट किया गया था. Later on, it gathered momentum and spread to other parts of the Europe and the world. Now our next topic is imperialism. As industries grew, the industrialized nation of Europe were faced with two crucial concerns. You have read that the Industrial Revolution led to the tremendous increase in the production of goods. So the first concern was to find sources for obtaining raw materials at low cost. The second was to find the market for the surplus goods they produced. This led the European nation to acquire colonies in politically and militarily weaker countries of Asia and Africa. So here we have a fact file. Let's see what it says. Textile industry was the first to be influenced by the Industrial Revolution. Gradually, other industries also came under its spell. तो सबसे पहले टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्रीज आई थी, उसके बाद बाकी के इंडस्ट्रीज ने आना स्टार्ट किया था. Imperialism is policy of extending political and economic control over a weaker country by a powerful one. Now next is capitalism. Before the Industrial Revolution took place in European countries, the land was under various feudal lords who were powerful. They collected taxes and imposed fines on farmers and lived their life of luxury. After the arrival of factory system, a new class of people arose who were the owners of the factories. These people controlled the production and sale of their goods, or in other words, they controlled capital. तो फैक्ट्रीज के आने से पहले लोग दूसरे ओनर्स के अंडर काम करते थे। अब ये जो लोग हैं, फार्मर्स हैं, ये अपनी फैक्ट्रीज के खुद ओनर हैं। Thus, they came to be known as capitalist. इसलिए उनको कैपिटलिस्ट भी बोला जाता है। They paid very less salaries to their workers and exploited them in numerous ways. This way, there were two distinct groups of people, the capitalists and the ones who had money and all comforts, and the workers or the have-nots who worked hard yet did not earn much. Now we have modern period of India. Following the Industrial Revolution, England's industrial production increased at an unprecedented scale with very short span of time. The need to control territories that would serve as market for their products and also supply resources to support their domestic industries resulted in colonization of many non-European countries by England and other European powers. That was how India became a colony of England. Let us know how this happened. So, in 1600, a group of English traders found English East India Company, that is EEIC, in London by a royal charter granted by Queen Elizabeth I of England. You have read in class 7 how Thomas Roe, the envoy king of James I of England, got certain trading rights from the Mughal Emperor Jahangir for the merchants of the EEIC. About a century later, Farrukhsiyar, one of the successors of Jahangir, granted important trading rights to English merchants through a royal farman. After its victory in the Battle of Plassey in 1757, EEIC started exercising political control over India. Soon, most of the regions of India's subcontinent become part of the British colony. Eventually, the company which came to India as trading organization became master of the Indian subcontinent. So, जो कंपनी इंडिया में ट्रेडिंग करने के लिए आई थी, धीरे धीरे करके उसने पूरा का पूरा इंडिया कैप्चर कर लिया था। ये कंपनी थी द इंग्लिश ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी. This began the colonial period in Indian history, which continued till India's independence in 1947. Now we have a case study, that is the Resenians. The medieval period in Europe is considered uncivilized, uncultured and barbaric. The word Resenian signifies rebirth. It is related to the rebirth of art and culture. So here we have a case study, that is the Renaissance. The medieval period in Europe is considered uncivilized, uncultured and barbaric. The word Renaissance signifies rebirth. It is related to the rebirth of art and culture. Renaissance began in Italy and slowly spread to the other parts of Europe. People started taking interest in great ancient Greek and Roman civilizations. Their achievement in the field of culture, history, philosophy, art and literature was studied carefully. It has brought about a major transformation and changed the very face of Europe. Several factors contributed to the arrival of the Renaissance. The Crusades or Holy Wars brought the Arabs and Europeans in the closer contact. The Arabs were scientifically advanced because of their knowledge. Through them, this knowledge passed on to the Europeans. The believers in Renaissance accepted that knowledge just did not exist only in religious scriptures, but one could advance knowledge by the experimentation. They questioned the beliefs of the church about the world, society, universe, and God. Thus, advanced scientific instruments and machines were invented. Now we have value and life skill. Ancient history delves deep into the origins, culture, and tradition that still exist today. Even the way we think has its origin in distant antiquity, and ethics are deeply rooted in our philosophies. So with that, our chapter is over. Let's recapitulate. So here we have recapitulation. History is the study of changing patterns in society. No two periods are alike in history. The medieval period starts from the 8th century and lasts up to 18th century. Indigenous records includes the diaries and accounts of pilgrims and travelers, newspapers, books, novels and leaflets. The textile industry was first to be mechanized. By the end of 16th century, European overseas trade started bringing great profits. The discovery of sea routes led to tremendous increase in trade and created great demand for goods. The medieval period in Europe is considered uncivilized, uncultured and barbaric. So I hope you have enjoyed knowing history of our country, or we can say our world. We will meet in the next chapter with a new interesting topic about our history. Till then, take care of yourselves.